Don't wait to transform your body to believe that you can. Believe that you can, and you'll transform your body. In this video, I'm gonna explain one of the biggest mindset blockers that keeps people from reaching their fitness potential and exactly how to break through it. Okay, and the only reason I could talk about this, I've invested over $30,000 in mentors learning this stuff, learning how to expand my mind, learning really the relationship between the mindset and the results. I've read hundreds of books on this topic. I've served hundreds of clients. And through all of that, I've figured out like what are people actually struggling with and what are the very tactical frameworks that can realistically help people break through these mindset blockers and help them step into their most fit selves. A big problem that I see over and over again with people that struggle to actually like break through this limited belief that they have that they can even get fit, they can even, become a lean, toned, muscular kind of person, is they tend to want to see the results to believe that they can make a change, right? So they kind of think of it like this. They think, okay, like when I see the results, then I'll believe that I can actually become a fit person, right? But in reality, it's the other way around, right? It's not, the belief isn't a consequence, the belief is the cause. Once you believe that you can be a fit person, then you'll start to see the results. Okay, so I like to kind of explain it this way, right? So imagine like this example where, okay, imagine this is a toothbrush right here. Okay, like right now, I bet that you in your life have probably been brushing your teeth for a while, all right? You probably like built this habit at a pretty young age and you probably got some pretty white teeth if I had to guess. Okay, I want you to imagine right now that all of a sudden you woke up tomorrow and your teeth weren't white anymore. They just were like a dark yellow, or they were just yellow. And you were like, what the heck? Why are my teeth yellow? Okay, and let's say you wanted to, make this change. You didn't want to have those yellow teeth anymore. You wanted to get them back to white again, right? Here's the kind of the mindset process that you would go through, right? You would, in your mind, understand and believe that, hey, if I do these things, right? If I set these habits, if I brush my teeth twice a day, I will, create these results. I will, see my teeth shift from yellow back to white again, right? So even though your results aren't where you want them right now and your teeth are yellow, you still believe in your mind that they can become white if you do these actions, right? And the reason is you think of yourself as the type of person that has white teeth. You've had white teeth your whole life. So in your mind, it would feel incongruent. If you woke up tomorrow and you had yellow teeth, it would feel unnatural. You would feel like this internal friction that the results that you're seeing are incompatible with how you view yourself, right? Same thing like for me, I think of myself as a fit person. So if I woke up tomorrow and all of a sudden I had 40 extra pounds of body fat, I would feel internally incompatible. Like that would feel unnatural on me and I would very quickly like do the things that I need to do to get me back to how I think of myself to be. That belief comes first though, right? If I didn't believe that I was a fit person, if my thermostat was where yours is right now, right now you might think of yourself as, hey, I'm just like a kind of fit person, or I'm not a fit person. I'm an overweight person. I'm an unhealthy person, right? If you have that idea of yourself in your mind, your results are always gonna reinforce your identity. Okay, so even if I gave you your perfect body right now and I could snap my fingers and give it to you, you would probably revert right back to the level of fitness that you're at right now unless you understand how this stuff works, unless you understand the relationship between your identity and your results, right? So it's not just, okay, like let's say I was brushing, back to this example, my teeth are yellow, I brush my teeth for a week, they still look yellow in the mirror. I brush my teeth for another week, they still might look yellow. That's not gonna change the fact that you believe that you are a hygienic person. And you will still keep showing up to those habits, and eventually, whether it's a month, 2 months, 3 months, a year from now, you'll trust the process. You have faith and belief that you will get those white teeth again because you know how to do that. You know how that works, and that's how you think of yourself. So you always rise or fall to the level of your own self-image, the way that you perceive yourself, your own identity, right? So the seeing doesn't come first, the believing comes first, right? Your results don't define you, right? If you're the type of person right now that you're a hygienic person, you're a white teeth kind of person, and I, for some reason, played a prank on you and you had dark yellow teeth tomorrow, it wouldn't change the fact that you are still a hygienic person, right? You're a hygienic person. You would still think of that. You would still identify that way. So your results don't define you. Your mind defines you. Your identity defines you. Okay, so that because you think of yourself as a hygienic person, you wouldn't automatically just say, oh, I guess I'm a yellow teeth person now, and I'm just gonna like be okay with that and stop setting the habits, stop trying to improve, stop trying to make progress. You wouldn't do that. You would be like, oh shoot, you probably brush your teeth even longer, be even more disciplined, because you realize like, oh shoot, like I gotta get myself to how I think of myself to be, right? So if you can do that inner work on yourself of same thing with your fitness and start to identify yourself with your potential, start to treat yourself not for your current circumstances, not for your results, how they are right now, but for who you're becoming, you can very quickly muster up that feeling of, oh shoot, I don't feel like where I'm at right now is congruent with my self-image of how I think of myself to be. And that's where that organic motivation, that discipline comes from, right? It's not like some people are just like born disciplined and some people aren't. It's all about like a lot of this motivation, you kind of have to fabricate it, especially if you grew up and you happen to have like influences and habits that created results that led to like you not being where you want to be. That was a little bit of a word salad, but like, for example, let's say I grew up, nobody ever taught me how to brush my teeth, right? I never set that habit growing up. And now I'm 30 years old, right? My teeth are pretty yellow. I don't think of myself as a hygienic person because I never had the right influences around me. I never set the right habits, right? I never really just like tried that hard. So now I'm sitting here, I got yellow teeth, and I'm looking at this coach online, and he's like, hey, like you should become a white teeth kind of person. White teeth people have a lot of fun in life. You know, they have great conversations with people. They bring a lot of confidence. They feel really proud of the reflection they see in the mirror. You know, their career goes better, their relationships goes better. This is a great transformation. This is worth it. And then I'm like, okay, but I never had those habits. I don't think of myself as a hygienic person. How can I get that thing, right? How can I create that transformation? I'll tell you what won't work. If I say, okay, I'm just gonna set a goal. I'm gonna brush my teeth for the next 2 weeks. I'm gonna really go all in, get this goal, right? And I set this goal and brush my teeth 2 weeks. 2 weeks later, I look up, I don't see a change. And I'm like, oh, I guess I'm just a failure. I guess I'm just not, you know, I'm just not a fit person, or I'm not a white teeth kind of person. Like I'm gonna revert right back, right? Or 2 weeks goes by, 3 weeks goes by, and I'm like, this isn't even that important to me anyways, because I don't actually think of myself as a white teeth kind of person, so why would I keep brushing my teeth? It's the same exact thing with your fitness, guys. If I didn't take the goal approach, instead I said, okay, I want to start to re-envision myself in my mind. I'm going to start to identify as a white teeth kind of person. And then I have yellow teeth, but in my brain, I'm thinking, I'm a white teeth kind of person. And then every time I brush my teeth, I'm telling myself, I'm a white teeth kind of person. I'm a hygienic person. I'm a hygienic person. I'm a hygienic person. And you have that intention of this new identity, and you reinforce that intention with your habits, with your action. That's how you don't have a timetable on it. There's no rush. And that's when you see, eventually you'll be able to persevere past 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, 2 months, right? You'll just do it for the rest of your life. Just like how you'll brush your teeth for the rest of your life because you are a hygienic person, right? So it's not about that goal, it's about that identity. Right? I hope that makes sense, okay? So really, like, if you're saying, okay, Jake, like I see what you're saying. I never really thought of it that way, but that actually makes sense now that you say it that way. But how do I build this belief? Like if the belief comes first, how do I create that belief? Okay, and here's an idea, right? So your action and your belief, they're reciprocal, right? So every time, if I have this intention, okay, I want to become a white teeth kind of person, right? But I didn't brush my teeth every day. It would be very hard to believe that I'm actually being serious with this intention that I have to myself, right? So you can't fake it. You can't just phony yourself. Oh, I'm gonna believe I'm a white teeth kind of person, but I'm not gonna do anything that white teeth kind of people do. I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna, you know, just not brush my teeth, right? It's that simple, right? But if I'm like, okay, I'm a white teeth kind of person and I'm gonna prove it with my action. I'm a white teeth kind of person, even though my circumstances, my results aren't exactly where I want them. I'm gonna tell myself that I'm a white teeth kind of person and I'm gonna prove it with my action. The action boosts the belief. Every time I say I'm a white teeth kind of person and then I prove it with my action, I'm basically like boosting my belief. That belief is growing, right? So if the belief was kind of like, you know, like a campfire, right? Every single time that you take the action that is in alignment with how with this intention that you have, this belief, it's like you're adding a stick to that fire and the belief is growing, right? And every single time, if I have this intention, okay, I want to become a white teeth kind of person, but then I just don't brush my teeth. It's like I'm just dumping water on my fire, and that belief is gonna shrink and shrink. Okay, so what you'll notice though is the bigger your fire, the more you build that belief, the easier it is to do the actions. right? That belief is like fuel. It's like energy. You're like, man, I'm telling myself I'm a white type of person. Now I'm accumulating all this evidence that I'm this. I feel so excited. I feel so energized. And that excitement, that energy from the belief actually helps fuel your daily disciplines, helps fuel your habits, right? But then the action also builds the belief. So they're both reinforce each other. Okay, so that's how you build belief, is you have to maintain that unwavering intention of, I'm gonna believe myself to be this kind of person. I'm gonna choose to identify not with my results and my circumstances, but with my potential of who I'm committed to becoming. And then I'm gonna reinforce that belief with action, right? The action builds the belief motivates the action builds the belief motivates the action. So those two things are reciprocal, right? So I kind of think of it, last metaphor I'll give you to end this video, right? Imagine I got a tree here. Like, here's the ground, here's the tree, here's all the roots, right? And I want you to imagine that there's fruits on this tree. Let's say like there's some apples, okay? And I want you to imagine that these apples represent the results in your life, okay? Right now, if you're not as fit as you want to be, you don't have as much confidence or as much energy as you would like, those are kind of like rotten fruits on your tree. Those are results that you're not happy with, right? So what a lot of people do, and what you've probably done, is take a goal approach. I have this thing that I don't like. I just want to fix this thing, right? That's what all the other fitness coaches are teaching. They're like, hey, you have this result that you don't like. Let's set a goal so we can fix that result. Okay, but there's a fundamental problem with that approach. That's like trying to take, this rotten fruit off the tree, just trying to like squeak it clean and put it back on the tree. Okay, but in reality, it was the roots that created the rotten fruits, right? So no matter how many times you're up here in the leaves just trying to fix this result, unless you're willing to come underground here and evaluate the roots, evaluate your identity, your self-image, right? You're always taking a short-term approach. Okay, but if you are willing to do that work of saying like, hey, you know what? Right now, I have these results that I don't like. I'm unfit, right? I'm not fit, right? I feel like a little bit lazy. I feel like I'm undisciplined, right? I feel like I'm inconsistent, right? I just feel like I'm like unhealthy, right? Inactive, right? If you have all these things is kind of how you believe yourself to be right now, right? And these are how you can actually go underground and change these roots, right? Change your self-image. It starts with having clarity on who you want to become, right? So you need to have clear identity shift in mind. You need to know what's your North Star. What are you working towards? Like, what is that new version of you? And if you have an idea of like, let's call this like the fit you, like it's a new version of you. It's a new identity. And you're like, okay, fit me. How does he think of himself? Well, he thinks of himself as toned, right? Muscular, consistent, right? Active, okay? And you say, okay, well, what behaviors, what actions would fit me need to start to take that could reinforce my belief in that version of me? Because now you have that clear intention. Okay, I'm fit me. I have belief that I am becoming fit me, right? And then you have clear habits that you can stick to, clear sticks that you can add to your fire, clear actions. Okay, I'm gonna work out, 3 to 5 times a week. I'm gonna eat nutritious fuel, right? I'm gonna do a little bit of cardio. These are all beautiful opportunities to lay sticks on your fire, right? To reinforce your belief in the identity of the best version of you, right? So habits are actually very powerful and what's the best word? Like, they're magical, guys. Like, habits are not just like things to do. They're beautiful votes that you can cast towards the vision of who you were born to become, the best version of you. Like, when I work out, I don't just think, okay, I'm just working out like it's in a vacuum, like it's just like this random frivolous thing that I'm doing. It's like, no, I'm casting a powerful vote that I am the best version of me. That's fulfilling, right? So habits are not pointless. They're opportunities to create fulfillment by acting in congruence with the best version of you. Okay, so if you can do this process, you can start to visualize a new identity, right? And then you can evaluate, hey, what are the habits and the behaviors that I would need to stick to reinforce my belief that I am this new version of me? That's how you can actually turn these roots into healthy roots. And guess what healthy roots do? Healthy roots produce healthy fruits. So you can actually get rid of all those outcomes that you don't like that, those love handles, those movies, right? That low energy, that lack of confidence. Those are not the cause. Those are the effect of your identity. So if you can work on that, right? You can recalibrate your self-image like we're talking about, basically do this whole process, have that belief, build that belief with your action and your habits, then you'll see. So you don't need to see to believe, you need to believe to see. All right, guys, I hope that made sense. I know this is kind of like high level stuff. It's hard to really wrap your hands around it. It's a little bit intangible, but I truly believe that this is the difference maker and the biggest reason why some people are super fit and just like never have to worry about ever reverting back, and why some people struggle so hard with actually just creating, you know, long lasting fitness that they truly desire in their soul and that they would really like to possess. And the reason I even know about this is because like I've served so many people at this point that I just know like when the people struggle, why do they struggle? I like obsess over that. I don't just like do fitness coaching to help people like track their macros and like lose a few pounds and then go back. I really don't give a shit about that. That's not why I care about the gym. I don't track like all my record, or I don't track like my weight and like set these goals. I work out because I love stepping into my vision of the fit version of me. I love acting in congruence with the best version of myself. So, you know, after just like really trying to do that for my clients too, and just realizing like, hey, like where are people going wrong? It took me a long time to just learn that this is like the biggest mindset blocker and the biggest thorn that just keeps people stuck. So I truly believe that if you can start, just give yourself the permission to become a fit person. Like that's a big part of it. Like there's no reason why you cannot become a fit person. It's actually like, if there's other fit people that are in the world, right, you're just as worthy to become fit as anybody else. Right? A lot of it is you just have not even given yourself the permission to really just step into your full potential. You think potentially like, oh, like who am I? Like, why should I be fit? Like, am I even worthy of being a fit person? Like, is that gonna make me selfish? Is that gonna make me vain? These are all limiting beliefs that are keeping you stuck. If you think that fit people are self-centered, like vain, right? Selfish, and you don't wanna be self-centered, vain, or selfish, guess who's not gonna get fit? You. You can never outrun your limiting beliefs. So you gotta give yourself the permission to just be worthy. You are worthy of being a fit person. You're just as worthy of being fit and prosperous and abundant as anyone else in this world. You have everything you need within you. Just give yourself the permission to stop settling for mediocre and start shooting for your true potential. Like, why settle for complacency? Why be stagnant? Why just pursue the easy route, the comfortable route? I promise you, you're not gonna find what you want there. Okay, give yourself the permission to be worthy, to shoot for your best. Okay, and start setting these habits to build that belief and just get this positive momentum on your side. And if you want help doing that together, this is literally what I specialize in. This is my life mission, is helping people step into their true potential and use fitness to unlock the self-confidence that is their birthright, because I truly believe that it is. So if you want to actually customize and personalize this process for you, just book a call with me down below. We can have a conversation. I can figure out exactly what's going on, where you're at, really just get an idea of where you want to be, and we come up with a good game plan to help you get there. So go ahead, book in a call with me in the link in the description of this video, and I'll talk to you then. And let's get this dialed in.